My name's Lee, and today I'm going to take you through a fairly short but quite challenging flow for our core. So it's going to be a nice core strengthening flow. There'll be a few stretches in here as well. So it'll be about half an hour. The first thing I want you to do is to find yourself in a comfortable seated position so we can just sort of prepare ourselves for the practice. I'm quite comfortable sitting cross-legged. You might not be. You can have your legs stretched out in front of you. You can be up on your knees. I found quite helpful when sitting cross-legged wasn't quite so comfortable to just pop a block under my tailbone and just sort of roll off the front of it. It helps to give you a nice straight back. So just find yourself in a comfortable seated position where you can get your spine nice and straight is the most important thing. Just relax a little bit into this position. Take a hand and place it on your belly button, and then the opposite hand and place it just on your heart, on your chest. Because when we're breathing, I want to try and get you to focus your breath lower into your belly. So I want you to try and move this bottom hand. If you're sitting comfortably, you've got your hands in position, now I want you to close your mouth. Obviously I'm going to have to continue talking, so I can't do that, but just bring your lips together. Don't clench your jaw. Bring your tongue kind of forwards and press it up into the roof of your mouth, and then just let your jaw and your tongue both relax. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable. For a moment, just focus on breathing gently through the nose. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. We're going to introduce a little bit of a count to our breath. We're going to inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Then hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And out for 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale your count. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale for your count. Now just let go of the count. Try and breathe in deeply. Focus on moving that bottom hand and just relax. You can gently blink your eyes open. Take both hands to the ground, and I want you to stretch your left hand away from you. Sit up nice and tall on the fingertips there, and I want you to just drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Take a breath in here. Just feel a nice stretch from the ear right down to the fingertips. If you want to increase that, you can take the right hand and just gently place it on top of the head. Don't pull on the head, just rest it there. And we can release that one, bring the hand back in, take the right hand out to the side. On your fingertips, stretch up nice and tall, and then take your left ear towards the left shoulder. If you want to increase that, just gently place the hand on the head again. If you're comfortable, you can do all of this with the eyes closed. And just release your hand back to the ground. Bring your head up nice and straight. Sit up nice and tall. And just bring your arms overhead for a big stretch. And then we're going to bring Left hand down to the right knee and take the right hand behind us. Take a deep breath in, stretch up tall. And then as we exhale, just twist into that, rotate the lower spine and look over that right shoulder. Take a breath in and out. Breathe in back to centre and release that. Stretch up tall again, root down to the ground, fingers rise up to the sky. We're going to bring the right hand down to the left knee this time, take the left hand behind us. Reach up nice and tall, keep that spine nice and straight as we inhale. And as we exhale, just settle into that twist and rotate, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, then come back to centre. Just take a deep breath in and out. Okay, now I want you to sit yourself about in the middle of your mat, stretch yourself, your legs out nice and long, and we're just going to roll back, engage in the core and come onto our backs. And one at a time, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug and maybe rock a little bit just to warm our backs up. Now I want you to grab hold of your left knee and take your right leg out in front. Keep your head back there, and then we're going to stretch out the left leg and bring the right knee into the chest. You should feel a little pinch in your hip now. Just pull that in as close as you can. Breathe in to change and out as we pull that knee in. Swap again. One more time on the left. Last time on the right. Now bring both knees in, give yourself a nice hug again. Rocking backwards and forwards a little bit. Now we're going to take both legs up straight into the air, point and flex the toes a little bit. Now I want you to bend the right leg and bring that foot to the ground. We're going to take the left knee and bend it and cross the left foot over the right knee so the ankle is sitting directly below the knee on the thigh, and keep this foot nice and flexed. And we're going to reach through. We can lift our shoulders up, reach through, grab behind that right thigh. And I just want you to relax your shoulders and your head back to the mat. Pull that leg in towards the body while we push away that left knee. We should feel a nice stretch in the outer hip. And some of our hamstrings are getting a bit of a stretch here as well. Keep this foot flexed to protect that knee. Hold it there. You might want to straighten that right leg and just rotate the foot a couple of times in one direction and then back in the other direction. You might hear a bit of clicking and popping from your ankle here. I want you to bend that leg again, bring that foot to the ground, release the leg. We're going to take our arms out by our side, take a deep breath in, and as we exhale we're going to take that left foot over and just place it on the ground, getting a nice twist in our spine again. If you want to increase that stretch, we can look down the left arm. Breath in and out. Let's just bring that back to centre. This time we're going to take the left foot to the floor, stretch that right leg up, and we're going to bend the right knee and the right ankle, bring it over the left knee, keeping that foot nice and flexed again. Shoulders up, reach through that leg, interlace our fingers behind, and just settle back to the mat. Bringing that leg in, pulling it in with the arms and pushing away. You can even use your elbow maybe to push that knee away. If you can't reach with your elbow, just physically use your leg muscles to pull that knee as far away as you can whilst you're pulling the left knee in, push the right knee away. Hold that for a breath. We can straighten the left leg, rotate the foot a couple of times in one direction and then back in the other direction, a couple of rotations. Bring that left foot back to the ground, release the grip, take the arms out to the side. Well, if you had your palms down before, let's turn the palms up this time, just to open our shoulders a little bit. We're going to take, on the exhale, we're going to take that right foot over to the ground. Try and get the foot flat on the ground, still using that other knee to stretch out this outer leg. And we're going to look down towards the right fingertips, keeping our shoulders grounded. Take a breath in as we come back to centre. Uncross the legs. Let's just stretch them out nice and long again. Stretch from our fingers to our toes. And then just bring those knees in for another nice hug. Let's just rock backwards and forwards a couple of times. And just rock up to a seated position. Now, I want you to sit up nice and tall. We're going to raise the left leg, settle back into that a little bit, raise the right leg and come into boat pose. Take a breath in and a breath out. With a nice long spine, keep the head straight, the chin tucked. Bring our palms together and interlace our fingers. And then we're going to take that fist to the right, then to the left. Keeping the legs up. We're going to do that 10 times. Keep breathing. Come back to boat. And as we breathe out, we can just lower the legs, roll back and just relax for a minute. Shake everything out. Bring those knees in. Give another nice hug. Then just rock up to a seated position. Swing our knees around so we come up onto all fours. Get our fingers nicely spread out and our hands grounded. Try and get the shoulders over the wrists. Your hips over your knees. So we're just in a all fours position, tabletop. Take your left leg out. Place it as far as you can, stretch it as far as you can and place your toes on the ground. Then we're just going to push back into that leg and we should feel a nice calf stretch there. Take a couple of breaths in and out. Now I want you to walk your right fingertips forward. We're pushing the ground away, keeping the shoulder nice and strong. And then we're going to lift up that left leg to about hip height. We're going to look forward and take our right arm out in front of us. And as we breathe out, we're going to bring the left knee to the right elbow. Stretch out again. Breathe out, knee to elbow. Stretch out. Breathe out, knee to elbow. Inhale to stretch. Breathe out, knee to elbow. Exhale to stretch. In and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch out. Bring the hand back to the ground. Bring that knee back to the ground. We're going to take the right leg back this time. Toes on the ground, heel nice and high. We're going to push back into that to stretch that calf and the hamstrings a little bit. Pushing the ground away, keeping the shoulders strong. Then we're going to Walk the left hand out. Bring some weight into that right hand. Pick the right foot up to about hip height. Look forwards. Bring the left hand out in front. As we exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to stretch. Knee to elbow. Stretch. And one last time. Knee to the elbow and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stretch. Bring the left hand back down. Bring the right knee back down. As we exhale, bring around the spine. Bring our chins in, look down. Really pull the navel to the spine. Breathe in, look up. Drop the belly. Breathe out, look at. In again to cow. Pushing the ground away. And out to cat. Now I want you to take your left leg back. Prepare your core. Your right leg back into a nice plank. Just hold that. Really switch on your leg muscles, your arm muscles. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, your back straight. Looking forwards and down. One more breath in. On the out breath, we're going to bring the knees down first. Then we're going to come forward, bringing the chest and chin, and leaving the hips up in the air. Then breathe out, bring the hips down, bring the toes and the tops of the feet to the mat. As we inhale, we're going to push up to a cobra. Exhale, push back to the knees, tuck the toes, and come into our first downward dog. So we've pushed the hips right back and up. Going to drop the heels as low as we can. Maybe it's going to be nice to walk through our first dog. Just alternating stretching and bending the legs. Maybe we can turn the knees into the opposite elbow as we do so, looking up under the opposite armpit. Just remember to breathe. Let's bring that to stillness. As we breathe in, just walk forwards, step the feet between the hands, bend the legs a little bit. I'm going to grab onto opposite elbows and just hang out here for a second, maybe rock from side to side. Hands to the mat, straighten the legs as much as possible. We're not worried too much at this stage about getting straight legs. As we inhale, stretch up nice and tall, hands above the head. Back to your heart space. Take a breath in. And as we breathe out, let's forward fold. Uttanasana. Leg can be bent or straight. Breathe in, halfway lift. Back nice and straight, hands to shins. Shoulders back. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, stand up tall, have a big stretch, and breathe out, forward fold. Take a breath here, ground the hands, take that right leg back, left leg back to plank. On the exhale again, we're going to lower the knees. Bring the chin and the chest down, flatten the hips and the feet to the mat. Let's push up into cobra. Shoulders back, neck nice and straight, chin tucked. And lower down again. One more time. Inhale to cobra. Exhale back to the knees, tuck the toes and back into our down dog. Let's raise the right leg into three-legged dog. Engage your core, bend that knee and step through in between the hands. And let's bring the left leg in between the hands. Stretch up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch up tall. Exhale, fold. Let's step back to plank. This time we're going to slow lower to chaturanga or low plank. So as we breathe out on my count, we're going to slowly lower, keeping the fingers forwards, elbows close into the body. So for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just hovering above the ground for a second. Turn the toes, flatten the feet to the mat. And we're going to push up. Inhale into up dog. So the toes should be on the mat, tops of the feet on the mat, arms straight. A little bit of a back bend here. As we exhale, and tuck the toes, push back to our down dog. Take a couple of breaths here, alternate bending and stretching the legs. Come to stillness. Inhale, raise your right leg. Exhale, bring that foot through. Help it if you need to with your hands. Let's drop that back knee. Make sure that this front knee is sitting over the ankle. We're going to lift and rise into Anjaneyasana. You can tuck the back toes or have the foot flat on the mat. Yogi's choice. So whichever we've done, we're going to bring the hands back to the mat. Now we're going to tuck the toes, lift that back knee. Then we're going to lift and rise into a high lunge. Arms nice and straight. You can introduce a slight back bend, keeping the neck, chin tucked, neck straight. Really push into that back leg. Maybe bend a bit deeper into that front knee. Take the head, the shoulders back. Hands back to the ground. Step back to plank. On the exhale, push back into down dog. And let's do the other side. So on an inhale, raise the left leg. Three-legged dog. And on the exhale, step that foot through. Bring your back knee to the ground. Lift and rise into Anjaneyasana. Let's focus on pulling this, really grounding through this front foot and pulling backwards and then dragging the back leg forward to really engage those leg muscles. Pulling the inner thighs together. Maybe we can lean back into a slight back bend and slightly deeper into those hips for a nice hip stretch. Bring the hands back to the ground. Inhale, lift that back knee. Lift and rise. Maybe on an exhale we can get a bit more into that back bend. Bring the hands back to the ground. Step back to plank. Let's lower one more time for chaturanga. Into up dog. Exhale back to down dog. Raise the right leg as we inhale, and as we exhale, bring that foot all the way through to the front of the mat. In between the hands, we're going to lift and rise to high lunge, crescent pose. We're going to bring our hands to our heart space on the exhale. Take a breath in here, look forwards. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate hook that left elbow over the right knee, push into the palms and just rotate into a nice twist. And exhale, come back to centre, hands back to the ground. Let's take that foot back to plank, exhale to down dog, and as we inhale we're going to rise the left leg. Exhale, bring that foot through, really switch on that back leg, lift and rise. Stretch up tall as we inhale, bring our hands to our heart space, and as we exhale, rotate, hook that right elbow over the left knee, push into the palms, and just try and look up over the left shoulder. Take a couple of breaths here. If we want to add a bit of a challenge to this for a peak pose, we can hop the back foot in, keeping that twist. And we're just going to try and put all our weight into that front leg and lift up. Looking down might be a good point of balance here. Stretch that back leg out. Keep the toes flexed. See if we can hold it for a moment. As we exhale, bring that foot back down. Come back to centre. Hands to the ground. Foot back to plank. Push back to down dog. If we've done that balance on the one side, probably sensible to do it on the other side. So let's raise that right leg, bring it through, straight up into our high lunge. As we exhale, we're going to twist. Hook that left elbow over the right knee again. Up our back leg in a little bit. Inhale, exhale here. And as we inhale, we're just going to try and hop up into that balance. You might find it easier one side than the other. This is my slightly weaker knee. Could also, if we want, try and separate the arms at this point. It really adds a challenge. Come back to centre, hands to the mat, back to plank. Let's drop the knees and come back into a child's pose. Come back up now, just swing our legs round again. One last little challenge for our core. Our feet flat on the mat, knees bent, and take our arms out straight, and then we're just going to slowly lower back to the mat. Rolling down through each vertebrae one at a time. When you get there, take your arms overhead. Point your toes, have a good stretch. Now let's take the feet out as wide as our mat, and then drop out to the side. Take your hands down by your side, comfortable distance away from your body, and just let the backs of your hands rest on the floor. Let your hands curl into a gentle C shape. Maybe bring the index fingers and thumbs together if it's comfortable. Just try and settle and relax into the mat, let your body just melt into the floor. Get a nice grounded feeling. Breathing in and out through the nose if you can. Just focus on our breath again for a moment. We take a short Shavasana. Take a moment just to thank our bodies. Be grateful for being able to complete this practice today. Let go of any tension. Start to bring a little bit of movement back to our fingers and toes. Become aware of the environment you're in. Maybe rotate your wrists and your ankles in one direction and in the other. Bring one knee into the chest, give that a hug, and then the other. Maybe circle the knees, just to give your back a little bit of a massage. Go back in the other direction. And just very gently roll onto whichever side feels more comfortable. Maybe use your hands as a bit of a pillow for a second. Take a breath here. Gently come back up to a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. And take our arms up nice and high. Bring our palms together. Lower them down to our heart space. Bow the head. Take a deep breath in. And out. Namaste. Thanks very much for practicing with me today. I hope you found that quite an interesting challenge. Hopefully it'll start to build a little bit of core strength and we can move on to some more challenging balances and poses another time. But for now, thanks for watching. See you again soon.